Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Recreation Ground, BBC Radio, Cumbria Sports Online via the BBC Sport app, website and your smart speakers, of course, this afternoon as well. For those joining us, if you think you want us on your smart speaker in and about, maybe in your garden or wherever it may be, this afternoon you can join us. All you've got to do is ask your smart speaker to ask BBC Sounds to play Whitehaven versus North Wales Crusaders, and we should be with you wherever you are around the world this afternoon. As we mentioned, Whitehaven going up against this North Wales side, a vastly different North Wales side, not just from when Whitehaven met them back in March, but also last week as well. 11 changes for the North Wales side this afternoon. We'll run through that side in just a moment, but let's start with your Whitehaven side first of all. So they line up with Jordan Burns, the captain, in at full-back, Dave Eccleston and the return of Jay Weatherall on the wings. In the centres, Mitchell Todd and Ethan Bickerdike. The half-backs remain Kieran Walker and Jack Newbegin. Starting props are Lewis Brown and Brad Brennan. Ellison Holgate in at hooker. Second rows are Connor Holliday and Ben Pearce. Jack Kellett remains in at loose forward. On the interchange bench remains all the same as well. Ellis Nixon, Mark Shackley, Jackson Smith and Rio McQuiston. The 18th man is a change. Zendon Callagher comes in to replace Josh Blinkhorn, who departed the club earlier this week to return to Millom. For North Wales, led by Mike Grady, they have Jaden Billy in at full-back, Joseph Bradley and Bailey Tate on the wings, Bailey Dawson, the former Whitehaven loanee, and Sam Littler in the centres. It's a half-back partnership made up of former Whitehaven players. Technically, Brad Billsborough did have one season with Whitehaven back in 2017 under the stewardship of Carl Forster, and Ben Fisher, who did sign for Whitehaven ahead of last season, was only with the club a couple of training sessions before agreeing to be released, or like a mutual consent, under the stewardship of Anthony Money. It's Kieran Moran and the Cumbrian Connor Terrell in at props. He is a Cumbrian. Millom, he's there, that also played at Barrow and Workington as well. Spent some time last season and this season down in France as well, playing in their second tier as Connor Terrell. Finlay Yates in at hooker. Second rows are Marcus Geener and Dominic Horn. Brad Clavering in at loose forward. On the interchange bench is Jamie Billsborough, Harry Coleman, Harry McDellicott and Owen Bowie. The 18th man, if needed, for Mike Grady's side this afternoon is Will Mercado. That's how it went. We're always around this time of year with the Purdom family and everyone that knew him. We're here at the Recreation Ground, BBC Radio, Cumbria Sports Online. We'll run through your two teams again once we do get underway. Joined by the former Haven halfback and assistant coach Stephen Kirkbride this afternoon. We'll be getting his thoughts throughout the afternoon. It'll be Whitehaven to get the game underway. They'll be attacking the Kells end in this first half as well, attacking their favoured end. And it's Jay Weatherall to get the game underway. Whitehaven, and it'll be Connor Terrell, the man to fetch it forward for the Crusaders. He's going to be taken down around about 15 away from his own line. Billsborough's in there at dummy half, and then it looks to be Kieran Moran, the man to fetch it forward. Both props getting their hands on the ball in the early stages for Mike Grady's side. Knock on there from the Crusaders, and it's the perfect start for Whitehaven. They've been able to get the unforced error, and it'll be head down to Whitehaven, scrum down, head and feed, and the perfect start, Stephen Kirkbride, for Whitehaven to try and get some points early goals.
Yeah, they couldn't have wished for a better start there. North Wales knocking the ball on, scrum 30 out, great attacking position, so real opportunity for to get a good start.
Kieran Walker will be the man to feed the scrum. 30 metres out, ball will go right from the base of it into the hands then of Jack Newbegin. Looks to take the line on, does the half-back, looking good from his return from a knee injury in the last few weeks. Comes left into the hands of the vice-captain Connor Holliday. Had another testimonial event up in Kells, the guest speaker of Matty Pete last night. Well attended, I am told. Brad Brennan, now the man to fetch it forward. Goal up against one to his former side is Brad Brennan, and he's lost that there as Brad Brennan in search for the line. The Crusaders will celebrate that like they've scored their own try. A little bit of white line fever. He felt he was close there, Brad Brennan, and try and get the ball down, and the option maybe, Stephen, would have been to just keep hold of the ball and go again.
Yeah, I think just need a little bit more patience there. They just need to build a set, build a way into the game. Don't try to score every set.
So it will be the visitors with the scrum. Billsborough, the former Whitehaven man, that feeds it, and then looking to fetch it forward here are the Crusaders, and they're going to be pushed back. Is Jaden Billy in at full back this afternoon with number 17 on his back. Continue look at fetching it forward now. Could be an interesting afternoon, because I certainly don't know a lot of these North Wales players, so it looks to be Brad Clavering, the loose forward, that brought the ball forward there. And the first penalty of the afternoon does go to the visitors. Referee Lucas Seal is the man that in the middle this afternoon judged that Whitehaven was holding Clavering down a little bit too far, and it's Brad Brilsbert that'll put the ball into touch just over the head of Dave Eccleston. Of course, you'll know they'd failed fairly well. Will Brilsbert had that 2017 season with Whitehaven. And it's now Connor Teddle, the former Millen man. He had spells of Barrow, Workington, played in Australia, played in the second tier in France recently as well as Teddle. It's now Kieran Moran to look at fetch it forward. He's trying to get his way over the halfway line, and he does. Kellett, Brown and Brennan all involved in that tackle. It's then Yates who'll go left. Clavering in again once more. He's just earned that penalty for his side. Tried to get the offload away. It hits the floor. Yates picks it up, but he's jumped straight away on it by Ellison Holgate. Lose a few metres there. Do the visitors. Ball then coming right into the hands of the number 27. That's Dominic Horn. And he's taken down. 39 metres away from the Whitehaven line here. Come right into the hands of the fullback Billy. Looks a little bit of pace as Jaden Billy, but it is now the 5 and last. Will go left into the hands of Ben Fisher. Fisher gets the kick in the air. It isn't the good one, but it's been collected by the opposite winger, Bailey Tate, who looks to put the kick forward, and it's a foot race, and Jordan Burns has went in, and it could be North Wales here that'll get the score, and they've shocked in the early stages of the home side. The kick wasn't the best at all, but it potentially looked like Ben Fisher, who after all that has been able to dive on the early stages. And James Newton spoke earlier this week how his Whitehaven side are going to have to respect this North Wales side. They've taken the lead in the early stages. Looks like it was Ben Fisher from opposition. We're looking to get it checked from the North Wales social media team, but the Crusaders take the lead early on. Stephen Kirkbride.
Yeah, that's a great start for them. It was, like you say, nothing kick, but they just seemed to react a bit quicker, got around the ball. The winger kicked it on, and then it was just a foot race, and they take the lead of 4-0. So it was a pretty good set. They look like they're just going to go direct, try and speed the game up a bit. But yeah, great start for North Wales.
It's something James Newton warned his side about. We heard in his interview, we heard for the interview we done for the radio, the interview we done with the Whitehaven social side as well, that his aim this week was to keep that North Wales side to 0. 4-5 minutes in, that's already out the window. So it's now an opportunity for this North Wales side. So, like I said, it's conceded 410 points in the last 4 games, only scored in 10, and you could hear what that meant when they went over, Kirky.
Well, yeah. They obviously, Mike's come out and said they'll be looking for a big start, find their way into the game. Obviously, I think they've brought 11 new players in here, so it's a totally different team from what it was last week against London. So you don't know what to expect. You can't take them lightly. A bit of experience in there as well. So I think Whitehaven are just going to have to be disciplined here and stick to the process and do what they've done well for the last 2 weeks that have got them the wins.
Well, it was pretty much a perfect start last time out for Whitehaven. It's a horrible start this time out. It is Ben Fisher that added the conversion. We're still waiting for confirmation whether it was him that dived on that ball. We'll look to try and get it confirmed, but we're just into the 6th minute, and it is 6-0 to the visitors. Well, is that the awakening that Whitehaven need this afternoon? So it will be Jay Weatherall who's put the ball down on the kicking tee, and he comes in with a kick-off as well, collected sort of 3 or 4 metres away from their own line, and it'll be Teddle the man to fetch it forward. He's been pushed back 2 or 3 metres there as Connor Teddle back to his own 10 metre line. Continue look at fetching this ball forward now. The visitors, looks like Dom Horn potentially was the man who brought it forward there. Then coming across to their right hand side edge now, Biggerdike, Kellett and Holgate all involved in that tackle. Bring it back towards the middle then with Clavering. He's got through a bit of work in the early stage. He was looking to get his arm free for an offload there. Ball comes right. Fisher will look to get the kick away. It'll bounce sort of 32 metres away from the Whitehaven line. Jordan Burns collects it one-handed, I may add, sort of 22 metres away from his own line. And the Whitehaven fullback, who said he was quite excited for this afternoon's game, has been taken down 8 metres away, and that's 6 again in favour of Whitehaven. A much better defensive set there.
Yeah, better defensive set. They restricted them to about 35 metres there. North Wales kicking on the 4th. I think they're never going to look to kick early, turn this Whitehaven pack around. But in doing that, you're giving decent field position to Jordan Burns, and you see on the return they made about 20 metres, and they've got Whitehaven right on the front foot.
Holgate in a dummy half, goes right then into the hands of Lewis Brown. On his 2nd consecutive start is the former Seaton man. Held up his Brown 23-24 metres away from the try line. Holgate will go right then into the hands of Connor Holliday, and Holliday will take Whitehaven within 15 metres to the right hand side of the post. That ball's come out, just judged to have been lost straight, and he's not happy with that decision is on a holiday, but referee Lucas Seal, of course, is a lot closer than we are. Judge has just lost it cleanly there as the Whitehaven vice-captain, and it's definitely not the start that Whitehaven will have wanted. Some unforced errors in the early stages.
No, again, second set in there, and good ball and failing to complete, so I don't think James will be very happy about that, and I think they just need to get a couple of completions under the belt and build their way into the game.
Ball comes from the base of the scrum, goes a couple of pairs of hands before finding Jaden Billy, and Billy's going to be taken down 15 metres or so away from his own line, back in towards the middle now. For the visitors, they've just made it up to their own 20 centre field. There's 3 involved in that tackle there. It's the Joseph Bradley, the winger, who scooted out of dummy half. He's going to be taken down now. Combination of Holgate and Brown. Back in towards the middle now with Kieran Moran, and then forward pass to Moran. So a couple of unforced headers from the home side and from the visitors, I should say, in the early stages as well. And Whitehaven want to take advantage of that. The visitors have been able to take advantage of a Whitehaven header. And now the shooter, the messages from James Newton is let's get some points on the board and ensure we get back into the contest.
Yeah, I think that's what he'll be looking for. But there's no panic as of yet. What are we in 10 minutes into the game?
9 to the 9.
So they just, like I say, build a bit of pressure, make them repeat sets, and see what comes of that.
Ethan Bickerdike, the man taken down on the first tackle, 20 metres out of Whitehaven to the left hand side of the post at the moment, back towards the middle now, and it's in the hands then of Lewis Brown. A little bit slow there, you'd say, from Whitehaven. Lewis Brown took out to take that standing still. Holgate then will come left and into the hands of Kieran Walker. Ethan Bickerdike will look to step back inside. A little bit of a clatter in there to Kieran Walker, but he's taken down 12 metres out. Whitehaven lining up on the right hand side into the hands of Brad Brennan, but there's only one way he knows, and that is forward. Is Brad Brennan. He's going to just be hauled down short of the line. Holgate's in there, the dummy half goes right. Kellett, they've got numbers on that right hand side edge. Out the back to Jordan Burns, a look to go over it himself. Well, the Whitehaven captain, has he been taken down? He hasn't. He's got his way over the line, and you've got the Egerman contingent to our left and the Kells contingent, the youth kids that have played this afternoon, and they celebrate that. Jordan Burns, the former Kells man, of course, and the Whitehaven captain these days, goes over just in the 10th minute, and Haven now have an opportunity to level the scores after the somewhat chaotic start. It is currently Haven 4, North Wales 6.
Yeah, but real good shape there, I thought, from Whitehaven. Brennan laid the platform. What he does is he attracts a lot of defenders, so that is giving you the shape and the numbers when they've shifted left to right there. Also Jack Kellett playing in that 13 role. Very good direct when he runs, also got that passing game as well, so he offers a lot of threat to the defence so they can't move off, but made the right decision, and Jordan Burns goes over in the corner.
It will be Kieran Walker. He's kicked 13 out of 13 in his last 2 games as Kieran Walker. He'll be looking to make that 14 from 14 to level the scores here at the recreation ground this afternoon. And comes at it and strikes it now, does Kieran Walker, and he misses, goes across the face of the post. So that perfect record in the last few games comes to an end. So it does mean Whitehaven still do stay behind, but they've reduced that deficit. Haven 4, North Wales 6. BBC Radio Cumbria Sports Online. We make it just short of the 11th minute here at the recreation ground, and an opportunity now for Whitehaven to start with yardage. They haven't had to do an awful lot. They haven't had to come from too deep so far, have Whitehaven, but they have gifted that opportunity in the really early stages to Mike Grady's North Wales Crusaders. It means the Welsh Fit still do lead by 2 points. Game gets back underway now through the boot of Ben Fisher, and it's going to go behind Kieran Walker. Judged to have knocked on or gone backwards. Judged to have knocked on there from Kieran Walker. Couldn't collect it cleanly. There's a little bit of a gust in the air this afternoon, whether it just took a gust at the final minute, I'm not too sure, and it's an opportunity now for Whitehaven. He's not judged to have knocked it on over the line. He was in and around the try line, was Kieran Walker. He's not judged to have knocked on and he's in goal, otherwise it would have been a goal line dropout. Judged to have knocked on in the field of play, which means scrum down, head and feet to the Crusaders, 10 metres out, and then he's gifted a penalty as referee Lucas Seal for dissent. Do they take the 2? Well, I mean,
it looks like they're going to, I think.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to. They want to try and get as many points on the board, and like you say, this is a side that's been short of points in the last couple of games. Oh no, they've decided to roll on. They've overruled the dugout. Feel like they can get some more points on the field. It's Connor Terrell that's taken down on the first tackle. Ball will go right then into the hands of Brad Billsborough, looking to get it left. just get the offload away. It's in the hands of Billsbury. They've got the numbers there. Goes the and it's going to be Dave Eccleston who collects the loose carry. Oh, Billsbury looking for the offload and been up to collect it and had to come back inside, and it's a penalty straight away. It's the first penalty of the afternoon for Whitehaven. Well, they initially signalled 2 on the dugout. They signalled 2. We want to take the 2 on the field, but Ben Fisher, the halfback, said, I'm overruling you. I sense there's some more points, and they've given the penalty away.
Yeah, I think if you're going to do that, you need to at least stay down there and try and get. I think the lad should have just died with the ball there. He tried an offload. Dave picked up. So Mike Grady won't be very happy with that. Obviously turning ball over in Haven 10. So let's see what Whitehaven's got now in the attack.
There's going to be Lewis Brown, the man, to fetch it forward here for Whitehaven. Held call comes in. He's made a couple of metres after that held call, then got up, and as he lost it there. There's Lewis Brown. It's a really messy start to the game, but to be fair, Kirky, this is probably what North Wales wanted. They wanted to get Whitehaven into this sort of fight and contest, and they've got it in the opening sort of 13 minutes.
Yeah, so what you'll usually find is that North Wales will come into this new team, new players. Their aim will just be to stay in this game as long as possible and frustrate Whitehaven, and it looks exactly like you've just said there. That's what the aim is to do.
They've got it onto the left-hand side edge with the centre Sam Littler over the halfway line. Littler's going to be taken down. 42 metres out are this Crusaders side. Back towards the middle then with Marcus Geener, the back rower, taken down. 38 metres out. Comes right then into the hands of Kieran Moran. Comes out the back again. Comes off the arm of Dom Horn, but right into the hands of Jaden Billy, and nearly through a gap there was the full back. Fisher will dive in at dummy half, goes left into the hands of Clavering with the dummy, but then takes the line on, still trying to get his arm free for an offload, calling for a late shot from Brad Brennan, but he was still up in the air. Ball goes left and into the hands of Moran. Moran then gets the ball away to Connor Tettle. It's a one-on-one strip from Connor Holliday, and Holliday's going to try and find some green field, and he's now going to fetch this ball forward. He's taken down. He's the Whitehaven vice captain. Newbegin in there at dummy half, comes into the hands then of Mitchell Todd, and Todd will try and break his way through the gap. Taken down 30 metres out is Mitchell Todd. Jay Weatherall in off the wing now to try and help his side forward here, potentially round the neck there to Weatherall from Bailey Tate, but referee Lucas Sale not too bothered on that initial contact. Goes left then into the hands now of Ben Pearce. Initially dummied right did Ellison Holgate before bringing that ball left into the hands, and that's come out as well, and that's going to be a penalty on this occasion. There's a few times that ball's come out there. Whitehaven get the call on that occasion, and an opportunity now to place themselves down the field and just try and take control of this contest.
Yeah, hopefully with the kicker here they'll land about 30 out, so it's great field position to lay some points and hopefully have a shot at them.
Got a bit further than that as Jack Newbegin, 23 metres out. Be Jay Weatherall who goes and collects the ball. He'll get it inside away from Bickerdike. Well, no doubt will be the man that takes the tap. He gets the ball away to Walker, then gets the cross to Brad Brennan, and Brennan will keep his legs pumping, trying to get his arm free, it seems, as well as Brad Brennan, but he has been taken down. It's taken 4 in the red shirt of North Wales to fetch him down. Then comes left out the back to Kieran Walker. Then comes to Jordan Burns. Burns then looks to step inside, gets the ball in onto Jay Weatherall, who's in this left hand side corner, and it's Whitehaven that do take the lead. It's took them just over quarter of an hour to do so, and they've had to come from behind that 6-point deficit, but it's Haven's second try of the afternoon. Jay Weatherall in this left hand side corner, and on his return from being playing dual edge and in and out to the side in the last few weeks is Jay Weatherall. His return from playing for Hensingham last week, he gets in and scores in this left hand side corner. Haven take the lead. Currently Haven 8, North Wales 6.
Yeah, it was a real good shape there. Kieran Walker and Jordan Burns just sat behind the ruck there, weighed up the numbers, decided that they were going to come left, and just got them for numbers, and a good finish by Weatherall in the corner.
Like I say, he's been in and out the side in the last few weeks as Jay Weatherall sort of vying for that place with Seth Woodend, but Seth Woodend either not selected or not available this afternoon. I don't know which it is, but it means Jay Weatherall's got an opportunity, and he's grounded the ball in that left hand side corner. Kieran Walker will come forward and strike that now. Right over the chocolate blue and gold dot on the crossbar here at the recreation ground. Haven have taken the lead, and it is now Haven 10, North Wales 6, and now an opportunity for them to really grab this game by the scruff of its neck, Kirky, and ensure they stay on the front foot, ensure there's no more scares that they've had in the early stages.
Yeah, I think the message coming down from Newts will be just complete this set after points, get a good kick, defend it up, and then hopefully reduce their yardage, and you're right back on the attack again.
It will be Ben Fisher, like you say, signed for Whitehaven under Anthony Murray. Had a training session or two, and then was essentially, I think, come to a mutual consent that he would leave the club. So never actually seen any game time in the chocolate blue and gold, but the kick-off comes and collected then by Jordan Burns. Lewis Brown is now the man to fetch it forward, and he'll keep his legs pumping after the contact there. Will Lewis Brown seems to be getting better game by game, every opportunity he gets an opportunity, does Lewis Brown. Brad Brennan now, they've gone for his legs quite early there. That's been an issue in the opening stages of trying to take Brad down. He's calling that he was on a second attempt, and I think he might be right there was Brad Brennan. Jack Kellett taken down now, 33 metres away. Holgate will lay in wait in at dummy half. Wilco right then into the hands of Brown again once more. Second carry in this set for the former Seaton man. Finds his front just short of halfway by 5 or 6 metres here to Whitehaven. Comes in the hands of Kellett. Kellett now get across into Ben Pearce on the line ball. Look forward to me, but he'd like to keep hold. He's going to be coming back for
late shot.
For the late shot. Well,
and Jack Kellett, I think.
I thought that ball to Ben Pearce, let's just say it was a line ball at best. It was right in front of us, wasn't it, Kirky?
Yeah,
but Whitehaven's got away with that one, and they're going to come back for the late shot on Jack Kellett. Well, there's then that call forward, the forward pass, whatever it is, but they've come back, and it is an opportunity for Whitehaven to get the ball down the field.
Yeah, I thought great line off Ben Pearce there in the back row. And that's what Kellett gives you. He plays right at the line. The defence don't know whether he's going to pass or whether he's going to run, so he keeps them guessing all the time, and that gives the holes for other players to run into, and it was a great line off Ben Pearce.
Jack Newbegin will get the kick, the touch, gets exactly 20 metres on that one, halfway to the 30 metre line, and well, deja vu. Whitehaven were here only a couple of minutes ago, and they've got a 4-pointer. They'll be looking to go for it again. Brad Brennan, the man now to fetch it forward, and he's made 10-12 metres there, Brennan, before being taken down. Holgate in there at dummy half. They're really insistent on slowing this play the ball down in North Wales. And it's then Lewis Brown who gets the offload from Jack Kellett to try and take the line on, but they're within 10 metres here to Whitehaven. Options left and right. Will go right then into the hands of Brennan, then goes to Jack Kellett, and Kellett's over on that right hand side edge. Back-to-back tries from Whitehaven. Jack Kellett with just his second of the season. He's been slowed down from the try scoring form he showed last season as the former Hensingen man, but crashes over on the right hand side, and this is what James Hunt would have wanted to see from them early stages. Kirky wanted to see Whitehaven on the front foot and have a go with the ball. They know there's going to be gaps out there. They're taking advantage of it in the last few minutes.
Yeah. Again, points off penalties or errors. That's where all the points have been scored so far this game. But I thought that was real smart off Brennan there. He's carried. He's went right to the line and just put Jack Kellett through a nice little wall. So that's real good play off him there, I thought.
Jack Kellett's second try of the season, and it will be Kieran Walker yet again looking to tag on this section and extend Whitehaven's lead. It's currently Whitehaven 14, North Wales Crusaders 6, as we've come to the end of that first quarter. Walker does tag on the extras, which means it's 16 points to 6 now in favour of Whitehaven, and they're just starting to take a real control of this contest and put that somewhat chaotic start behind them.
Yeah, I think that'll settle the nerves a bit. A good couple of tries. They'll realise if they are patient and they do get in good ball, the opportunities are going to be there. It's just a matter of executing, and I think they'll be fine. It's just not getting carried away. Just stick to your processes, do what you're doing well.
Well, it's what's brought them back into the game, hasn't it?
Of course it is, yeah.
But then there's a fear that if you start getting too many points ahead, then you look for more and more of them points, and Whitehaven just need to stick to the task of what they've got this afternoon. And it's Ben Fisher that comes in with that kick-off. It's going to bounce kindly into the hands of Jack Newbegin, and he'll find Lewis Brown, and he's the man to fetch it forward. Rio McQuist and Jackson Smith just starting to warm up for Whitehaven to our right hand side down the touchline. It's a slow, messy tackle on that one, and he's now Mitchell Todd will be the man to fetch it forward. Plenty of talk from Whitehaven out there of where they're going to try and exploit gaps. It's just whether they can do at the moment. Holgate now gets it into the hands of Brennan. Nothing fancy on this occasion, just hard-fashioned prop forward play of bringing that ball forward. He'll play it 10 short of halfway, looking to come down this short side, and Ben Pearce has got through a gap, get the ball to the left into the hands of Kieran Walker, and there's 5 or 6 of them that could score this try, but it's got to be Kieran Walker who'll put the ball down pretty much underneath the sticks, and it's his 3rd try scoring game in a row for Kieran Walker, as he now scores his 8th try of the season and extends his lead at the top of the try scoring chart of Whitehaven this season. It's getting a little bit too easy for Whitehaven now. That's their 4th of the afternoon. It's their 3rd back-to-back try. Kieran Walker with his 8th of the season, and should be a fairly simple conversion. Just as it's now hit that 20-point mark, it's Whitehaven 20, North Wales Crusaders 6.
Yeah, real good line off Ben Pearce again there, and good skill to draw the fullback and put Kieran Walker away. So, and that was just playing direct. You don't need to do anything spectacular. Just play direct, running numbers, and they're the chances that you'll get.
James Newton have been happy with that there. How many numbers were there in support? It was Kieran Walker that ended up getting there, but there was another three to his left, another couple to his right. How many were in support straight away to back Ben Pearce up?
Yeah, they've just flattened right up and pushed at the line, and they've got the reward for it.
Kieran Walker's third conversion of the afternoon. Whitehaven 22, North Wales Crusaders 6. We'll try and see if there's any scores elsewhere from around Rugby League this afternoon. There's a game in the Super League. Bradford 0, Lee 8 in the opening stages. Batley 6, Halifax 6, Hunslet 6, Salford 0, Keighley 0, Newcastle 4, and Workington 0, Oldham 18. In the 1895 Cup semi-final, Widnes 6, Rochdale 0. There's 3 games in the Women's Super League, no scores from them, but it was Barrow Leeds at 1:30, Huddersfield Wigan at 2 o'clock, and York versus Lee at 2:30. We're into the 24th minute here at the Recreation Ground. Whitehaven in and around a point a minute as it stands, but the kickoff comes in now. There's 2 or 3 offside on that far side. Referee Lucas Sill not an awful lot interested in them, but it was a bouncing ball, and Jackson Smith now fresh on the field to take Whitehaven forward here. Lewis Brown he has replaced.
Yeah, so they've made the change with Lewis Brown and Brad Brennan. I think, is it Rio McQuiston? And
yeah,
Smith's
McQuiston out there as well.
So Newts will be looking for the same impact as what them 2 lads have given as well, and if not more.
Biggerdike trying to take Whitehaven forward here, but he's going to be taken down 32 away from his own line into the hands of McQuiston now, and he's trying to exploit the gap there. Is McQuiston back in the Whitehaven colours, of course, following his stepping away earlier in the campaign back to Millen. Holgate is going to be a penalty because the man wasn't square. Yeah, so an opportunity again for Whitehaven. I think Ellison Letchesay knew exactly what he was doing there.
Yeah, he played it well, but just on that, I think if the way now that you can see the middles are starting to punch holes, and I think Ellison will get a lot of rewards from that. I watch him starting to go a bit more on his own now and exploiting them middle defenders.
Biggerdike takes the tap and looks to take the line on. There's Ethan Biggerdike. He's got 10-11 metres before being brought down. Whitehaven once again within 30 metres. Whether all will go right. A couple of pairs of hands before finding Kellett. He'll then find Jackson Smith. The Hensingham connection combining there. The Smith's going to be taken down in line with the right hand side post, attacking the Kells end in the first half. Whitehaven into the hands now with Kieran Walker. Walker then comes into the hands of Biggerdike. The space there if Whitehaven can exploit it. Oh, fantastic! Absolutely fantastic! Oh, well, I cannot wait. I repeat, cannot wait to watch that one back. Remember Rangi Chase all them years ago? He got the ball behind his back. Kieran Walker's just done the exact same, right into the hands of Jordan Burns, and Burns goes in for his second of the afternoon. Magnificent play from Whitehaven. They are now going at a point a minute because they're within the 26th minute, and it is Whitehaven 26, North Wales Crusaders 6.
Yeah, great from Walker. Just instinct. I thought great offload from Biggerdike as well. Caught it and then just round the back from Walker. Real good.
It was up on point, and 9 times out of 10 they're not coming off. Either Kirk, they absolutely aren't. A half back yourself, you know how difficult that is to execute.
It takes a lot of courage just to try them, to be honest, and it was under a lot of pressure. It wasn't as if it was quite a bit off the line. It was a catch and round the back right away, so great place for trying it, and it's come off.
Be looking to tag on his 4th conversion here. Will Kieran Walker, as I say, he spoke to James Newton early in the week and said he's become a real linchpin in this Whitehaven side. Just shows he should be playing at this level, should Kieran Walker, and he's now coming forward, strikes the ball now. 4 from 5 is Kieran Walker, 17 from 18 so far in the last 2.5 games for Whitehaven. That takes it to Whitehaven 28, North Wales Crusaders 6. And this is where the message from James Newton will be now, got to be ruthless. The points difference could come down to something at the end of the season, whatever it may be, whether it's to finish higher up in the table, potentially more prize money, whatever it is, points difference could become a part of it.
Yeah, James will be looking for them to keep the standards up to what they've just set over these last 4 or 5 tries there, so he won't be looking for them to take the foot off the gas, certainly. So
Kick-off will come in again once more with Ben Fisher. High up into the afternoon sky, Jack Newbegin will get himself underneath it, and Rio McQuiston, one of them early interchanges, the man to fetch it down. It's going to be penalty to North Wales.
Yeah, I think he's got him for obstruction there, going behind Jack Kellett. I don't know where Jack was meant to go, by the way.
I'm not too sure myself. I mean, I've just watched I had a shoe fly over my head. I think the Kells lads behind us are getting rather excited. One of the Kells under 10s who were part of the pre-match festivities comes right then into the hands of Connor Terrell, and back in an attacking position here the Welsh outfit. It's been a long time in this contest since they've been able to do this. Jamie Billsborough will go into the hands of Brad Billsborough, comes out the back then to Jaden Billy with a full-back. Looks like I say he's got a little bit of footwork about him, a little bit of pace.
Yeah, he has.
Taken down there, ball comes right, continue to fetch it forward. Whitehaven, however, have defence in numbers, but they are within 10 metres are the Crusaders here. Comes right then into the hands of Brad Billsborough. Looks to get the kick in behind. They're going to have to deal with it at Whitehaven, or is it just going to go dead? They know they've just got to kick it dead. Jay Weatherall got his boot to it, and it's got the goal line dropouts, and they're going to look at bringing some changes on here are the Crusaders in just a moment. And it's Hanny McDellicott that's brought onto the field. He's replaced Kieran Moran, and he now takes his ball forward, straight on, and then taken down there. Ben Pearce involved, Kellett involved, Jackson Smith involved as well. Billsborough in there at dummy half, goes left then into the hands of Clavering, and Claverin's eventually taken down just after the held call had come in. Comes right then into the hands of Fisher. Fisher then looks to get it out wide right, but Bickerdike goes up against his opposite man, Bailey Dawson. Had one game with Whitehaven a few seasons ago on loan, back when Kirky was involved in the backroom staff. Goes left then into the hands of Billsborough, looking to get it wide, and it's into the hands of Sam Littler. Littler's trying to get the offload away, but he's taken down. They are knocking on the door here are the Crusaders. Comes right then into the hands of Brad Billsborough, then finds Connor Terrell. Terrell's looking to get his arm free, but he's going to be taken down. Still a couple of tackles. No, it's not. It's 5 and last now. With the Crusaders knocking on the door, goes left and into the hands of Brad Billsborough, looking to escape away from the defence. Jordan Burns is going to wrap him up, it seems like. No, he escapes, and he's actually got the ball down as Brad Billsborough. With all fairness to him, he's done well there as the halfback. He's escaped the clutches of Jordan Burns, who was ragging him around, and the Crusaders have gone in for their second of the afternoon. They've reduced that deficit a little bit more now. Have the visitors. It is Haven 28, North Wales 10.
Yeah, there was nothing really on there. I think he was undecided whether to kick or run, and then I think Jordan made his mind up by going and getting him, and he just managed to wriggle out of the tackle, and obviously from 10 out dives over the line. But again, Wales have only got in that position through Whitehaven error again, so that'll be the message from Newts. I would imagine, cut the errors out, cut the penalties out, and we'll have no issue. But if you're going to invite pressure and have to make back-to-back sets on your line, it will tell.
He's come down from his position at the back of the stand as James Newton, as Ben Fisher has tagged on the extras. He's 2 from 2 this afternoon. That means it is now Haven 28, North Wales Crusaders 12, and he's maybe felt he needs to come down just to get that message across that we can't be as scruffy as we are being in. We're looking to fetch that ball forward or gifting away penalties and errors, because you give any opportunity, as much side of North Wales have had close to the line just after half an hour gone, they're going to score tries.
Yeah, so 30 minutes gone. I think that's the third set they've had in Whitehaven's 20. So it just shows if Whitehaven came to the other end of the field, I don't think they'll be a threat, and there we are. Good kick-off.
It was a great kick-off. It didn't take the bounce that Jay Weatherall would have been wanting. If it took the straight bounce, it'd have been going right out, and it would have been a goal line dropout, but it took a wicked bounce right into the hands of Harry McDellicott, who then brought the ball forward, continued to fetch the ball forward. Now that's great defence, however, he gets the offload away, does the North Wales man, and they're looking to go for it on their left-hand side before coming back inside. It was Joseph Bradley who got the offload away, and it's another penalty here. In a sense, Whitehaven a little bit frustrated out there in terms of the penalties they are giving away, and maybe feel like they're not getting the rub of the green from referee Lucas Seal, but keep that ball in, although they don't keep that ball in, so it's going to be,
I think it's going to be a scrum. It'll be to Wales here. I think what they're saying is,
so I think Dave Eccleston's jumped up, but he's jumped up with his foot on the touchline, so when he's touched it, it's been a oh no, they're just going to give the tap. Oh well, fair do. So they take the tap instead. It was right on halfway, and it was Sam Littler They took it forward and they're trying to drag him over the try line, or the touchline of Whitehaven, who are getting ready to bring Ellis Nixon down in their next attacking set. Comes into the hands of Billsborough, then finds Terrell. Meets McQuiston, former teammates down the road at Millham, of course. Going up against each other this afternoon. Comes right. A couple of pairs of hands before finding McDellicott. Just fresh off the bench for this Crusaders side. Taken down 30 metres out. Jamie Billsborough will come right then into the hands of Fisher. Fisher looked to step back inside. Surely obstruction. No, says he's okay with that one. His referee Lucas Seal taken down. Billsborough's in there at dummy half. Goes left into the hands of Clavering. Clavering with the dummy, but just elects to take the line on. Still a couple of tackles here, and they're within 12 metres. Goes left into the hands of Brad Billsborough now. Then gets it across to the centre. Littler puts the kick forward. Far too much on that one, and it will be a tap 20 and a 7 tackle set as well. Jordan Burns are not in too much of a hurry to fetch his ball forward, and it will be. Gets the pass away to Walker, so it'll be a controlled tap, controlled restart. He gets the ball back. There's Jordan Burns from Kieran Walker, and he takes it forward. Ellis Nixon now onto the field to replace Jack Kellett. Goes right then into the hands of McQuiston from Holgate, who was in a dummy half, and trying to keep his legs pumping there was McQuiston, trying to break through the line. Holgate goes right then. Dave Eccleston in off the wing to take it forward here. Eccleston does take Haven over halfway. A good couple of tackles left in the bank as well for Whitehaven to do something with here. Holgate in a dummy half. Will come left and into the hands of fresh onto the field. Ellis Nixon brought down. Connor Terrell and Jamie Billsborough have brought him down. Goes right then into the hands of Connor Holliday, and they're trying to find gaps. He nearly got the offload there. Did Connor Holliday.
Yeah, it looks like trying to punch holes through that middle.
Walker puts the kick in over the top. It's deflected into the hands of Penn Pierce. Is that a fresh set of 6? It is a fresh set of 6. So Whitehaven have 10. Well, a fresh set of 6, 10 metres out. Holgate comes in the hands of Bickerdike, and then he's got a stoppage because there's a North Wales man down in back play. So we're round about just short of over 6 minutes left until half time. We'll see if there's any scores from elsewhere. Still Bradford 0, Lee 8, Batley 12, Halifax 12, Hunslet 12, Salford 0, Keighley Newcastle 20, Workington 0, Oldham 22, and the 1895 Cup semi-final. Widnes starting to run away with it. Widnes 18, Rochdale 0. It looks like they'll be, Widnes 20, Rochdale 0 now. It looks like they'll be the ones to take on London on the Monday bank holiday in August. Venue still to be officially confirmed, but highly rumoured it'll be Wakefield. I mean, I was at the championship launch and they pretty much said it'll be held there, but it's still no official word.
Still keeping it a secret.
Yeah, still keeping it a secret. God knows why. Mind you, they maybe think if they get witnessing, they might as well just put it at Warrington or somewhere like that and try and get a crowd over. But because I can't imagine London bringing many up, let's say that, to wherever that game will be played, and it will be the North Wales man who's got to leave the field for a HIA check, and it can't quite tell who it is from here, but it'll be Harry Coleman who will go on to replace the North Wales man. He's been getting ready to come on for the last sort of 5 or 6 minutes there, Coleman. He was then pulled back by Mike Grady, and almost like you could foresee the future and he was going to have to make a change. So Whitehaven will start. This is a fresh set of 6, mind you. This is essentially tackle 1. Calls right then. A couple of pairs of hands before finding Jackson Smith. Still searching for his first try in the Whitehaven shirt, but he's brought down 7 or 8 metres away. Holgate in there. Bounces. It's not a knock on. Come off the knee. Jordan Burns then collected it. Then nearly through the line. He's through the line there. He's Jordan Burns. And that'll be his hat-trick for the Whitehaven fullback. Just into the 35th minute. He's gone from scoring 1 try all season as Jordan Burns to 4 tries. A hat-trick for the Whitehaven captain this afternoon. And Whitehaven re-extend their lead through the captain. Jordan Burns takes it to Haven 32, North Wales 12.
Yeah, a bit of a scrappy pass off Ellison from half back there, but Jordan picked it up and made the most of it. Nothing on really, and just decided to take the line on, beat a few people and got over there. So it was a decent try, showed his strength. He's looking forward to it, Jordan, like you said. He said
to me before the game, I'm excited for this one today. He'd watched his young lad go and play for Kells this morning for the Wit seat, and he was, he's got me up for this one, and he's really up for it because he's, like you said, he's scored a hat-trick so far this afternoon as the Whitehaven captain. And it is now Kieran Walker lining up the conversion and looking to extend the Whitehaven advantage again once more. He'll take his time as he always does Kieran Walker, as all kickers do. Comes forward, strikes it now, does Kieran Walker. successful. So just the one failure, which was his first one this afternoon from Kieran Walker. Takes it to Whitehaven 34, North Wales Crusaders 12. When Whitehaven do get in that sort of 30-35 metre zone, they're still looking really dangerous, Kirk. They know where the gaps are going to be for this North Wales side, and they are taking advantage when they keep hold of the ball.
Yeah, it's just a case of not getting carried away, isn't it, with the ball? I think just be patient with it and take your opportunities when they come, because by the looks of it, they're going to get a lot this afternoon.
Referee Lucas Sale has stopped the clock. Connor Tedell was just receiving some treatment in back play. Kick-off comes in now, looking to go short. Knocked on there as Brad Bills, but as he has, well, the Whitehaven weren't expecting it, and they're going to try something different to this North Wales outfit. Of course, they know their opportunities at times are going to be limited. When they've had the opportunities, of course, they've taken them so far this afternoon, but it will be scrum down, head and feed to the home side. They are 35 metres away from their own line. Be taken in centre field. And a bit slow, everyone. I think everyone might just be waiting for this half-time out, of which we're just under 4 minutes away as we make it. Be Jack Newbegin to feed the scrum. And then referee Lucas Sale not quite happy with that one. So we've got to take it all again. Just slow everything down. So the scrum reforms. Comes into the hands of Kieran Walker, who then finds Ethan Biggerdike. And Biggerdike taken down. 10 short of halfway. Holgate in there at dummy half. Will go right then into the hands of Ben Pearce. Pearce tries to escape the clutches of the tackle, but he's going to be taken down. Still short of halfway here are Whitehaven. It'll be Ellis Nixon, the man, to take it over, and he's trying to find a gap in that middle. None forthcoming on that occasion, so the former Seaton man's taken down. Holgate looks to go right then into the hands of Jack Newbegin. Through the dummy, did Newbegin, but he's found plenty of metres post contact there as Newbegin. Exactly 30 metres out are Whitehaven. Comes into the hand of Ellis Nixon. Just had to wait for it before getting the ball across to McQuiston. That is 5 and last. 23-24 metres out. Holgate in there at dummy half. Will look to just put the kick in behind himself. Well, Ellison Holgate, it bounces. It's going to be collected by the North Wales side. Ellison Holgate collects it on that one. There's a couple of his teammates, let's just say, not quite happy with that choice from Ellison Holgate. Had their hands up in the air, but the North Wales side have got some work to do now to try and fetch this ball forward. In fact, Whitehaven are pushing the Crusaders man back there 2 or 3 metres.
Yeah, possibly the wrong option there. I think probably the after wanting the ball and just put it into the corner and contest and hopefully get a decent play off the back of that, but Ellison chose to go himself and put it through, but they all reacted and they've defended well on the back of it.
Yeah, still short of their own 20 metres in on what's the 4th tackle. I'll make it. It is Coleman to try and fetch it forward, and he's got his way over that 20 metre line, but the visitors will be kicking from deep here with Jamie Billsbury in at dummy half, then finds Brad Billsbury. He'll get the kick away. Decent boot on it, but Dave Eccleston will collect sort of 35 away from his own line, fetch it up, and he'll offer it up to Jordan Burns, but then takes the line on himself and going to be brought down. Well, it's going to be, is it yet? He's got himself over halfway. Good work there from Dave Eccleston, and Whitehaven starting this set. That ball's then come out as it's going to be a penalty.
Yeah, that's the rewards of a really good defensive set there. In they're kicking from their own 20 right away. Whitehaven's in good ball. Dave Eccleston's makes 10-15 yards and we get a penalty on the back of it. So, and again, right into attacking 15 metres, 20 metres out. 20 metres out here are Whitehaven. We make it just about to enter the final minute of this first half. Can Whitehaven be rewarded with their 7th try of the afternoon just before the half-time break? Ball comes right from Holgate. Jack Newbegin just had to take the line on there as Jack Newbegin and wait, and he's then being picked up and dumped as Jack Newbegin legally, says referee Lucas Sale. Ball comes left then into the hands of Rio McQuiston, and he'll look to try and get his way out to that tackle, but they lift his leg up in the air on Rio McQuiston. Ball will come left now into the hands then of Kieran Walker. I think he was trying to think of where Jordan Burns was going to be. There was Kieran Walker and just took his eyes off it for just a moment, but it was enough for him not to keep hold of that ball, and it'll be a scrum down, head and feed to the visitors. I make it 25 seconds left of the hooter. Referee timekeeper kind of Hewitt behind us, surely not too far away from blowing the end of this first half. But yeah, just had his eyes on something else there, did Kieran Walker. Ball goes left from the base of the scrum into the hands of Sam Littler. Littler will play it then into the hands of Jaden Billy, I should say, and I make it that time up. So just in the hands of Gareth Hewitt.
to our side now, and he'll continue to fetch the ball forward. Will Blad Cravelin gets the offload away. Referee had already called held. It had gone into the hands of Jamie Billsbury, but he'll have to go back and go in at dummy half now. Coleman will be the player to fetch it forward, and he's then going to be taken down. He's Coleman, put down onto his back. Still not anywhere near it seems, so I must have missed a stoppage at some point. Ben Fisher electing to take the line on. There wasn't too many options to his right hand side, so Whitehaven will have another opportunity, it seems here. Maybe with a play or two. It goes left then into the hands of Brad Billsbury, gets the kick away. A spiral kick from Billsbury, be allowed to bounce. Bounces kindly into the hands of Dave Eccleston, collects on his 20 metre line on this occasion. And it's going to be taken down. There is Eccleston just on his own 40. Burns in there at dummy half. Hoot is about to sound. Mitchell Todd will be the man that's going to be breaking down. Will Whitehaven get another play in here? Will they have another opportunity? Holgate's in there at dummy half. They will. Comes into the hands of Walker. Now finds Pickerdike. Then down to Jay Weatherall. Weatherall's, it's going to be ripped one-on-one. It can still go here. He's going to put the kick forward there. Is Jay Weatherall. And he's gone out, so he's called a knock on. So it is going to be half time here at the recreation ground, where Whitehaven do lead 34 points to 12.
The tyre, it looks like the kid that come off with the head injury, he's failed that, so that puts their bench down to 3. So with rotations, it'll be a bit tougher for North Wales.
Underway here in the second half. Jack Newbegin collects the kick-off from North Wales, then brought forward by Rio McQuiston. Whitehaven attacking the railway end in this second half. And then McQuiston will get up and play the ball now into the hands then of Mitchell Todd. And Todd is the man to bring Whitehaven forward in its centre. Plays it, goes left to no one. And it's dived on by Ben Pearce. Whitehaven's got to be a little bit careful on that one. Make sure there's no loose balls. There was one or two of them in the first half. Alison Holgate's now trying to find a gap and nearly through there. Brought down just at the last moment, and it'll be a trip. Is it? Could be 10 minutes, is you not. Classed as a professional foul.
I think that's Ellison's first run from 9 there. So I think he'll get a lot of joy there as the game goes on. As the middle start to tire, I think it'll start up a bit more for him.
On the end, it's actually a high tackle. I thought he really tripped more than anything else, but Jack Newbegin boots the ball into touch, and Whitehaven will start this 30 metres out. So Ethan Bickerdike will take the tap, gets the ball past to Kieran Walker, a little bit slow and getting up to sort of position there to Whitehaven. Alice Nixon was the man to take it forward, and because they were a bit deeper than maybe they should have been, they're still on their own on the North Wales 30. Goes left into the hands of Walker, and get across to Ben Pearce. Broken through as Ben Pearce. He's getting better and better with every game. Is Ben Pearce. It's his second try in Whitehaven colours in his 15th appearance this season. Really nailed down that second row position as Ben Pearce, and Whitehaven do hit in the early stages just into the second minute of the second half. It's their 7th of the afternoon. It is now Haven 38, North Wales 12.
Yeah, it comes off the back of it again. Ill discipline by North Wales. All it was, Kieran Walker went right to the line, and again a great line off Ben Pearce. When he's coming at pace. He's quite a big lad, so he's hard to handle. He's causing them a few problems on that left. But like I said to you, Jordan, prior, I seen the highlights of the Midlands game last week, and I was really impressed with him. How he was carrying, so he's continued that form on.
His first season, of course, at the professional level, spent time with the academy down at Warrington, and a spell across at Newcastle as well. Played a few games with Hensingham in the NCL last season as well, when they were in their promotion push under Chris Coward. Kieran Walker has added the extras, so it's a 40-point mark up for Whitehaven. Kieran Walker 6 with 7 from the boot this afternoon, means he's kicked 19 of his last 20 conversions, as Kieran Walker being an absolute points machine in the last few weeks. It really is from Kieran Walker. It means it's Haven 40, North Wales 12, and the pretty much picture perfect start to the second half.
Yep, that's what James wanted. Just want them to kick on now. But back to Kieran with 19 out of 20. What that does, if you're kicking them, it's just them 2 points, you don't realise, it just deflates teams even more.
Ben Fisher with the kick-off. Referee's whistle's always been after Ben Fisher has kicked off every time so far in this game.
His timing's a bit off.
Yes, Rio McQuiston is going to be the man to fetch the ball forward, and it's nearly through the line there. Kieran Walker was offering some support, but elected to keep hold of the ball correctly, in my opinion. There did Rio McQuiston, and it's now Connor Holliday. They're trying to should have just let the ball go, Connor. It should have been a penalty.
Yeah, I think that they're trying to mess it up a bit there. They're staying in the tackle a bit longer, getting hands on the ball. I was maybe hoping the referee had cleaned that up a bit. It would certainly help Whitehaven.
Jackson Smith's taken down 10 short of halfway, looking to go down that left hand side. No, Holgate looks to switch back inside. He's trying to find any sort of route there, but then got away to Ellis Nixon. Ellis Nixon with a dummy, and he's just been dragged down at the last minute there as Ellis Nixon found plenty of metres there of Whitehaven. They are in the Crusaders half. Walker, then it's going to be an intercept from Ben Fisher, and Fisher's going to look to break down the right hand side. And he's judged, he knew to come back inside. He knew he didn't have the speed there. There's a little bit of a collision between Joseph Bradley and Jay Weatherall. It's going to be a penalty here. It's going to be a penalty to North Wales. Maybe shielding. He was shielding there, was Jay Weatherall, and that's what maybe Joseph Bradley took an exception to. Yeah, so it will be a Crusaders penalty, the first for them of the second half.
Yeah, I think he's hit him off the ball there, kind of just blocked his run.
Yeah, Ben Fisher knew he didn't have the pace there. He knew straight away, I'm going nowhere here, and he knew to step back inside.
Yeah.
did the half back, takes a tap now, does Bailey Dawson. Cause a couple of pairs of hands then before coming across into the hands of Dominic Horn. Horn's then going to be taken down 39-ish metres out from the Whitehaven line. Comes left into the middle then with McDellicott. Taken down there with number 13 on his back. Jamie Bills, I remember when he was first up here, well, when Brad was up here and his brother, and they're always sort of together. He always said he wanted to play rugby. He's doing it with his brother at the moment. It's now Jaden Billy that's nearly been dragged into touch, goes right then into the hands of Clavering. Clavering takes it forward, taken down. They're within 13-14 metres here. Ball goes right then into the hands now of Brad Brillsborough. Bobs it up then to Connor Terrell. Still on from the start, I think it's Connor Terrell. Taken down, the within 5-ish metres, maybe less here, are North Wales. Looks to put the kick in behind, right in the hands of Jordan Burns. Burns then escapes one, trying to find a gap here, and he's Weir through the middle of the field. Then looking to go, well, I think he was looking to go left. We've got a going on in back play. Ben Pearce with a dummy, goes left and into the hands of Ethan Biggerdike. It will be Ethan Biggerdike. We're all on back here. All of it for Whitehaven though is Ethan Biggerdike does get the ball down. Meanwhile, we've got a scuffle down in back play. Biggerdike does get that's his first of the afternoon. It means his 7th of the season. Very interesting to see what comes back here because we're still going on.
I think there might be a possibility of a couple of cards here, Jordan.
Yeah, he has given the try by the way as referee Lucas Seal, so there's nothing wrong with that. Fantastic work from Jordan Burns just to keep it alive. He knew where the gaps were. He knew he had to work hard to get that where he was going to be. But it is going to be an opportunity there for Whitehaven to extend their lead again once more. It is 44 points to 12. I'll reiterate, he has given the try as referee Lucas Seal.
Yeah, great return off Jordan Burns again there. Got them right on the front foot up to the halfway line. Then they played after that. And again, that lad Jake Pearce. Ben Pearce, sorry.
I'll let you off.
Too many pieces.
Too many, far too many.
Yeah, but again, drew the fullback and a great pass.
So it is currently 44-12. Imagine Kieran Walker will have no issues at all in converting this. When it does come along, he has already given the try, may I add, but he is having a word with the two touch judges. The touch judge on the far side, on the popular side, stayed with it. The touch judge then come up, and as soon as the try was given, then run down to try and help his colleague on that far side. And just be interesting to see. I mean, I'll stop the clock. I don't know if he stopped it or not. I'm not too sure, but so referee Lucas Seal pointing towards Whitehaven's direction. So be interesting to see what comes here. Yellow cards, red cards, maybe. It's Jordan. Well, it can't be. Maybe I was just pulling the cap now. It can't have been Jordan Burns. He was involved up here, so it definitely can't have been Jordan Burns. It's then Ellis Nixon. He's calling out. So just waiting to see what's going to get given here. Whatever happens, he's gone. He's gone. That's red. Nixon gone. Right.
I'm not sure who the other one was. It might have been Terrell or the number 10.
I think it was the number 10, Coleman. Well, I mean, if he sent one, surely he'll send the other, and it's number 10 he's calling for.
Yeah, he can't fight with himself.
He's gone as well. So that's Coleman, both of them gone.
Yeah, so that's two middles from either team gone. Middle from either team.
Do you know, well, he's given the try.
Looks like he's going to.
He could chalk this off, you know.
Yeah.
He'd pointed for the try. He'd already give it.
It looks like he's going to give a penalty to
Well,
North
yeah.
Wales here.
But he'd give the try. He did blow his whistle and point. He'd give the try, and then he's now changed his mind.
Yeah.
As referee Lucas Seal.
That's all, can only come from the touch judges, can't it?
Can only, but do you know, this could get feisty, this, you know, it really could. And do you know what, going down to 12 and more space, it might favour Whitehaven, you know, having more space on that North Wales side as well. But yeah, it'd be interesting that, you know, because like you say, he'd give the try at referee Lucas Seal. Then he's now chalked it off, but it goes right into a couple of pairs of hands before finding the second rower of Dominic Horn, gets the offload away into the hands of Ben Fisher. Fisher now fetching it forward. Holiday's in there. McQuiston alongside Jackson Smith. Jamie Billsbury in there at dummy half. Gets the ball left into the hands of brother Brad. Comes into the hands of Clavering now. He's going to be taken down. Knocking on the door once again on this Welsh outfit. Goes right into the hands of Connor Terrell. No doubt he'd love a try against the Cumbrian against Whitehaven, but knocked on just short of the line. So I make it 48 minutes gone. However, when the clock was stopped within that, I've got absolutely no idea. So we'll try and maybe get the attention of Gareth Hewitt at some point, just see if we can confirm exactly how long he's gone so far in the second half. It will be scrum down, heading feet to Whitehaven. And I've just mentioned there, Kirk, I mean, obviously both sides down to 12, but could the, you know, a little bit more space in and around that middle may favour Whitehaven? You know, the fact it's still level each at 12 aside each.
Yeah, I think it'll definitely benefit Whitehaven, especially your quicker men, your two halves, Jordan, Allgate. I think they'll try to find a bit more space now.
Biggerdike gets the ball from the base of the scrum, and it's going to be Mark Shackley that comes on. You mentioned young men. Mark Shackley.
Yeah. How old is he, Mark?
It'd be 37, 38 will Shacks will be.
Still going well.
He's still going well, he's Mark Shackley. He's replaced Jackson Smith. Whitehaven's made it up to their own 30 metre line, and it's now McQuiston will get it across then to Connor Holiday, and Holiday will keep his legs pumping. Is that being stripped? It hasn't. Do you know what? A couple of them haven't gone in favour of Connor Holiday this afternoon, and he's not, let's just say, he's not the happiest with that decision from referee Lucas Seal. So it is the Crusaders who'll fetch the ball forward. It's McDellicott to fetch that ball forward. He's taken down 32 away from the Whitehaven line. Brad Billsbury then comes into the cross into the hands of Connor Holiday. So that, just a reminder, that try wasn't given, so it is Whitehaven 40, North Wales 12. 6 again in favour of the visitors. So they've started here. First tackle, 18 metres out. Jamie Billsbury will go right into the hands of the McDellicott. He's going to be taken down. He's the forward. 10 metres out are the Crusaders. Comes left and into the hands of Brad Billsbury. Then Clavering. Clavering gets the ball back inside to the fullback, Jaden Billy. And he's going to be wrapped up. He's Billy. Test of Whitehaven's defence here. Calls right. Fisher looks to get the kick in behind. There's space there, and he's just swung a leg at it. Is Jay Weatherall, just to make sure he got dead, because of course there's going to be space out there now for both sides, and the Crusaders were looking to try and exploit that. Done well there, did Weatherall, and the goal line drop had it all coming through Jordan Burns.
Yeah, he covered well there behind the kick, anticipated the kick in and got there though. They've gone short.
Look, they've gone short, right into the hands of Jamie Billsbury, and then he's clean clattered by Jay Weatherall. Comes left then into the hands of McDellicott. Push back 2 or 3 metres there, so still short of the Whitehaven 20 here, but they're being given a defensive test, the Whitehaven here. Another 6 again, says referee Lucas Seal. Still getting a bit tasty out there. Connor Terrell wasn't quite happy with the treatment he's received there. Ben Pearson, Mark Shackley combined. Comes left into the hands then of Billy. Looks to take the line on. Does the full-back. They're going to try and get him across over the line there. Gets the offload away in the hands of Brad Billsbury. Referee says he's called held. Mike Grady not happy with that call down in front of us. Billsbury then comes across then to Clavering. Clavering shaped the kick, but I don't think anyone in chocolate blue and gold was too fooled with that one. He's taken down here. They are only a couple of metres out. Billsbury finds Billsbury. Pops it up then to Connor Terrell. Still on from the start. It's Terrell, and do you know what? He might just do a full 80 now, considering they've lost the middle. Called held, said referee Lucas Seal. There used to be a penalty back in the day, that. Billsbury looks to get the kick in behind, Oh, he's missed it as Jay Weatherall. He just got a kick to it. Just got a foot to it there. Jay Weatherall. Whitehaven might go long here and give themselves a little bit longer, or they're going to go short once again
and back the D, yeah.
And, yeah, back the defence. They're trying to recover it and back themselves if that isn't given. Look to go short again. Oh, they're going to come back for the penalty. We are. And that's sort of what happens when you're that close to the line, isn't it? It's
if you're going to go short there, I think you've got to have a intended target. I think that can just come off the side of Jordan's boot there.
Ball going right into the hands then of Dom Horn. Horn's taken down. Billsborough comes left in the hands of McDellicott. He's trying to use his footwork close to the line here. Is the forward for the Crusaders, taken down, knocking on the door. Good test of Whitehaven's defence here. Jamie Billsborough. And that is... Oh, he's called him offside. Called him offside. That's their fourth penalty of the second half, you know. Whitehaven haven't had any so far.
Yeah, I think he's got him there for handing it to play the ball, has he?
Clock stopped from referee Lucas Seal.
It's been all North Wales since the sending off, hasn't it?
It certainly has. Yeah, so I'm just about a minute over. Gareth says 28, so yeah, so 28 left. So that was timekeeper Gareth Hugh, of course, former Challenge Cup final referee. But Connor Terrell will look to get this ball forward, and he's been put down there. He's Terrell. Billsborough's in there at dummy half. Comes left into the hands of the other Billsborough. Look to take the line on. Would love a try against his former side, would Brad Billsborough. Comes left into the hands of Clavering. Good man-up defence there from Jack Newbegin before reinforcements came in. Clavering's been pushed back a good few metres. It's still really scrappy out there. Goes right into the hands of Brad Billsborough. Comes across then to Fisher. Fisher looks to step back inside, then looks to get the kick in behind. That should be too deep, is it? Just too deep, Everall. And he's now taken out.
Looks like it's going to be an area possibility of a sin bin.
So this should be 12 versus 11, even if it's only going to be temporarily. Yeah. Like I said, he's really scruffy now, isn't it?
Yeah, to be fair, Whitehaven have defended really well. I think they've defended about six sets back to back there, so they'll be happy with that. But from North Wales, they're not really throwing much. It seems a bit one out, which is expected with 11 changes to your team. There's no combinations being formed as of yet, so you can understand why they're a bit one out.
So 12 versus 11. There should definitely be some space out there for Whitehaven now. Can't quite tell who it is who's been sent to the sin bin. Looks to be, is it Potentially Finley Yates? Was it the hooker potentially? Well, I'll keep an eye on that. McQuiston plays it, comes into the hands of now and Mark Shackley, and Shackley looks to try and take this line on. Does well there, does Shackley. Holgate in there at dummy half. We'll look to scoot from dummy half, and there's the gap that Whitehaven will have wanted. Fantastic work from Ellison Holgate. And it's the second try of the second half for Whitehaven. It's come eventually. Just into the 55th minute here at the Recreation Ground. It's Haven's 8th of the afternoon. BBC Radio Cumbria Sports Online. It's eventually Haven 44, North Wales 12.
Yeah, that's real good that they've defended back-to-back sets on the line, come away, punched a few walls through the middle. Like I said earlier, I think Ellison Holgate now will start to get a bit of joy around that middle. He's seen an opportunity there, picked the ball up really sharp off the mark, beat the fullback and under the stick, so a real good try.
So it is 44 points to 12. Kieran Walker will have an opportunity to make it 46, and Whitehaven will really want to start mortaring now. They'll want to try and rack up the points at the field. They probably should have had earlier in the contest as well.
Yeah, they seem to have weathered that scruffy 10-15 minutes there since the altercation, so hopefully they've come through that now and they can kick on.
Kieran Walker does on the extras. It's Haven 46, North Wales 12. Jack Kellett back on the field to replace Rio McQuiston. So it will be now North Wales who no shock at it. They're taking their time to get back up to the halfway line. Caden Moran has come on just back on the field for the Welsh outfit, and they are just taking their time to get back into position.
I think with Jack back on the field now, you'll start to see Whitehaven try and play a bit through that middle, linking with his halves and trying to get it a bit wider.
Just trying to cover some gaps here is James Newton, pointing some players. It's a you come here, you go there, whenever it may be. All of a sudden the ball can't go on the kicking tee from Ben Fisher. Like I say, taking every second they can. That comes in now. They're looking to go short. Out on the full. Penalty for Whitehaven. First penalty of the second half, for Whitehaven. They conceded 4, that's their first. And now this is where Whitehaven will really want to start getting their foot more and more in the door of the North Wales defence.
Yep, right back into good ball here.
So Jack Newbegin will have the opportunity from halfway to put the ball into touch. He's gone deep.
It's a great kick.
It's a great kick. Great kick. No 40-20 so far this week from Jack Newbegin, but he's made 38 metres on that. So Whitehaven will start 12 metres away from this North Wales line. Todd takes the tap into the hands then of Connor Holliday, and Holliday will look to try and break through the line there. Well, the vice captain, but he's going to be taken down. Holgate in there at dummy half. 6 again in favour of Whitehaven. That means nothing there, does it really? Jack Kellett comes across in the hands of Kieran Walker. Kieran Walker trying to twist his way out. He's over to Kieran Walker. That's his second of the afternoon. It's his 9th of the season, and this is where Whitehaven will really want to start motoring. They've hit the 50-point mark here at the recreation ground. It is Whitehaven 50, North Wales Crusaders 12.
Yeah, like we said, we're probably expecting now Whitehaven to play a bit through the middle now. Jack Kellett's back on, and that's exactly what happened there. Played behind the lead, it Walker, and he just went through the hole and got a nice try.
It's his 9th of the season. I'm trying to work out how many it is in the last few games. It's potentially 5 tries maybe in the last 3 games for Kieran Walker. And what is he now? So that's 13 out of 13, so he's 20 out of 21 as well. He's been, I mentioned to James Newton in the interview on Thursday, he's become a real linchpin in this side. Exactly what you want your half-back to do, Kirby.
Yeah, he seems to have found his feet, doesn't he, over the last few weeks, this season, since he's come back in. Seems to be controlling the team as well, getting them around the field well, and they do like it. He seems to have a good link again with Pearce in that left hand side, so they've got some good going on there.
Comes forward, 8 from 9, Kieran Walker. Haven 52, North Wales Crusaders 12. BBC Radio, Cumbria Sports Online, BBC Sport app, website, and of course your smart speakers as well worldwide this afternoon. And we'll see if there's some scores elsewhere around Rugby League this afternoon. Bradford 6, Leeds 20, Batley 18, Halifax 18. That seems a hell of a game at Mount Pleasant. Hunslet 22, Salford 6, Keighley 0, Newcastle 52, Workington 16, Oldham 22. Getting back into that one, a Jonty Gawley's side, and it's all done by the Shelton in the 1895 Cup semi-final. Widnes 40, Rochdale 0. Just short of the hour mark here at the recreation ground. It's Whitehaven 52, North Wales 12. Reminder, North Wales down to 11 just temporarily. Both sides down to 12 permanently following the sendings off of Ellis Nixon and Harry Coleman for North Wales. Newbegin fetching the ball forward. It's a tricky one to collect from kick-off, and he's done well to make as many metres as he has there. Not going to go down that left hand side into the hands then of Ethan Bickerdike, and Bickerdike trying to go forward. Plays the ball, Holgate in there, comes into the hands then of Mark Shackley. Shackley will just look to take the line on. Moran's involved in that tackle, as is Terrell, as is the loose forward Blad Clavering. 6 again in favour of Whitehaven. Jack Kellett now gets across then to Connor Holliday. There's gaps here if Whitehaven can use them on this right hand side. Connor Holliday elected to keep hold of it on that occasion, but obviously they've got a fresh set of 6. Goes into the hands now with Kellett, then goes across to Ben Pearce. Great line ball from Ben Pearce, then looks to take the line on himself. There's Ben Pearce, and he is going to get his 2nd of the afternoon. It's his 3rd of the season, and Whitehaven seems like they could just score at will now. Well, of course they've got that man advantage. Great running, as it always seemed to show from Ben Pearce, and then he could have taken the easy option and get the ball left. All right, elected to take it on himself there, and we'd be rewarded with his 3rd try of the campaign. Haven 56, North Wales 12.
Yeah, again, Jack Keller playing through that middle, dropped the middle under and decided to go wide to Pearce. Again, a great line, and like you say, he decided to take that on his own. He's put a couple of people away today, but he took that one on his cell in. A great try, but it looks like now North Wales, you can see in the line, speed, the retreat. I think they're really tired now, so good kick on now, Whitehaven.
Going up against 11, with 11 men, it's going to be really tough. We've got another few minutes of that before they go back up to 12, and Kieran Walker 9 from 10 means it is Haven 58, North Wales Crusaders 12. And we mentioned in that the first half that James Young will want his side to be ruthless. That will be the message now. Keep them 0 points in the second half. Now be ruthless and take your opportunities.
Yeah, they've been a lot better this second half. Their ball retention, errors. They've been a lot ruthless, and as you can see, the scoreboard's ticking over nicely for them.
The scoreboard makes it 17 to go. We're making it 19 minutes to go, and I thought I was a minute over, so we'll keep an eye on that one. Ben Fisher places the ball down on the kicking tee. He's going to look to go short again. Got it better on this occasion. It'll bounce into the hands then of Mitchell Todd, and Todd will try and find some broken field now. He's going to be brought down. I understand you're trying to get the ball back, but at 40, when you're 46 points down, Kirk, is the opportunity to go short really that an attractive one? Whitehaven looking to go down on that left-hand side edge. We'll come back to that in just a moment. It's Jay Weatherall. He's going to have the speed. It's Jay Weatherall. He'll be back-to-back tries, and Jay Weatherall will get his second of the afternoon. I'm sure it's his second of the afternoon. He got a try earlier on. He hasn't scored again since. He hasn't. It is his second of the afternoon for Jay Weatherall, and this could get messy if this goes as it's going in the last 5 minutes. Stephen Kirkbride.
Yeah, I've just said there that the retreat's slow, the line speed's slow, the middles are really struggling, and yet you opt to go short and give Whitehaven first tackle in good ball. They exploit that, go wide right away, obviously with the man advantage, and Jay Weatherall showed a clean pair of heels and right down the wing. So if I was a middle, I don't think I'd be too happy with the kicker going short.
I wouldn't be happy with that at all. But that is Whitehaven's 11th of the afternoon. It's Jay Weatherall's second of the afternoon. The 60-point mark is up. It's currently 62 points to 12. Kieran Walker looking to make that 64 points to 12. Rio McQuiston's back out there. Connor Holliday's withdrawn. That was a short break there for Rio McQuiston, wasn't it? Jack Kellerton's just gone back on to replace him, trying to get some minutes maybe in the legs of Rio McQuiston, obviously stepping back into the professional game, and now a pretty much perfect opportunity to do so. Kieran Walker has tagged on the extras, which means it is 64 points to 12. Whitehaven's record points scored in a game, 86 against Highfield. Couldn't tell you when, I just remember that off the top of my head. So they need another 22 points. Obviously the record gap, they'll need quite a few more because they have conceded 12, but that won't be on anyone's minds out there now. It'll just be, let's stick to this task, and let's be rewarded with however many points we get, Kirky.
Yeah, just keep doing what you're doing, don't go away from it, be disciplined, and you see the rewards that you get.
Elected not to go short on that occasion as Ben Fisher. I wonder if they've got a little bit of a talking to behind the sticks, as Jordan Burns is the man to fetch it forward here for Whitehaven. He's already got a hat-trick as Jordan Burns. Moran brought down there. It's slow, really slow, really slow into the hands now of Mitchell Todd. Moran there, potentially a shoulder charge. North Wales are back up now to 12. It was Bailey Dawson, of course, once of this parish, one game on loan a few seasons ago, did Bailey Dawson. He was the man that was sin-binned earlier on. So it's 12 against 12 now. Mark Shackley here, looking to try and take the line on, and he's going to be brought down over the halfway line. It's slow again, isn't it?
Yeah, they're just lying in, hands on ball. They should be really back to sixes then.
Really should be. Alison Haltgate looking to scoot from dummy half, but he's going to be brought down. It is the 5 and last. Kellett's dived in at dummy half, 30 metres out into Allenton Newbegg, and he just have to wait. Looking to put the kick in behind his Newbegg, and it's going to be collected by the winger Bailey Tate, but the Whitehaven defence pretty much on him straight away, and it's going to be a penalty. However,
I think North Wales will just be happy to get the ball back in their hands. Try and kill a few seconds.
Tell you what, James Newton won't be happy with his side conceding 9 penalties. Definitely won't be happy with that this afternoon. Brad Brillsworth, that's coming towards you. Get your hands on that, Kirky. Just short of our commentary position here. It means North Wales will start just short of the halfway line.
No, he won't be happy with the 9 penalties conceded, especially when the games you're going until in the next couple of weeks. You concede penalties like that against
Sheffield and Newcastle. Yeah,
they're going to make you pay.
They are. Dawson, the man to fetch it forward, escaped just over the halfway line, taken down. Billsborough comes left then into the hands then of Clavering with the dummy. Kellett's trying to get the shot on, but then it's McQuiston and Kellett that'll combine to fetch him down. The Crusaders are within 20 metres of the Whitehaven line here. Billsborough, Brad in there at dummy half. He will look to go right then into the hands then of the number 22, which is Joseph Bradley, the winger. Jamie Billsborough back in at dummy half now, 18 metres out here. Goes right into the hands then of Kieran Moran. Moran then going to be taken down. They're within 10 metres here. Billsborough will go right then into the hands of Fisher. Into the hands then of McDellicott. And he's going to be taken down. Comes left. Into the hands now of Brad Billsborough. Looks to get the kick in behind. Does Billsborough? That should be too deep. It just took that bounce at the last minute there from Dave Eccleston, and he wasn't too sure. He didn't want to take the risk.
No, you're better off if you're unsure. Just carry it out. Regroup. Take your minute.
Oh, I've got a... looks like the 18th man could have been introduced here by North Wales. Will McCardle is on the field. I haven't seen Owen Bowie out there wearing number 12. So maybe I have to ask about that one later on. But it is going to be North Wales who fetch his ball forward following the goal line dropout. I haven't seen Owen Bowie out there, so whether there's been a change in number I'm not too sure, but Bailey Dawson the man to fetch it forward. Ball will come... No, he won't. He'll go himself. Will Jamie Billsborough, expecting that to come left, but he's then going to be taken down. 18 metres out here are the Crusaders. Fisher's in there at dummy half. Will come left end into the hands of Moran. We'll find now Brad Billsborough. Comes across then to Bailey, and it's going to hit the floor. Jack Newbegin will dive on it. He wasn't able to get the ball away there. Brad Brennan's going to be introduced here by Whitehaven for the final sort of quarter of an hour or so. Into the hands then of Mitchell Todd. It'll be Mark Shackley that Brennan is going to replace.
Yeah, real good defence there from Whitehaven. Nobody shooting out the line, everybody composed, and they managed to force the head and regain the ball. Goes
into the hands then of Rio McQuiston. McQuiston then held down. Goes into the hands of Brennan. Brennan then out the back. Hits the floor. Gone backwards. It's in hands of Jordan Burns. Burns searching for his fourth for the afternoon. Gets a ball away to Jay Weatherall, and it will be Weatherall that's be able to bring that ball round, and he will complete a hat-trick. It'll be Whitehaven's second hat-trick of the afternoon. He'll put the ball down there for their 12th try of the afternoon for Whitehaven. Jay Weatherall's hat-trick. We make it just into the 69th minute here at the Recreation Ground. BBC Radio Cumbria Sport Online. Haven just short of the 70-point mark. It's Haven 68, North Wales Crusaders 12.
Yeah, another long-range try, good break from Jordan. What was good there, the ball went to floor, and just how quickly reacted, got the ball in the way, and a great ball as well out to the winger there, who again shot away and finished well.
Back into the side this afternoon, Jay Weatherall, and he's scored his third of the afternoon. Kieran Walker looking for his 11th conversion of the afternoon, which he adds on successfully. So it is Whitehaven 70, North Wales Crusaders 12. BBC Radio Cumbria Sports Online. Haven hit 70. It's not that long ago they hit 70, you know. They hit 70 down in Cornwall last season. But scored, I think, was it 17 tries on that occasion? 15 maybe. He did miss a few conversions on that afternoon.
Yeah, but what's time left now? About 10 minutes, would you say?
I make it just over 10 and a half.
Still a couple of tries out there, I would imagine.
So I think official down in front of us just said 10 or 11 left. Yeah. So yeah, we're not too far away. Ball falls off the kicking tee. Referee's not even bothered about stopping the clock here. He knows the game was over as a contest a long time ago. Bryn Fisher comes in. It's over the head of Kieran Walker. Bounces into the hands of Jay Weatherall. He'll fetch it off the back line. He's trying to find a gap there. Is Jay Weatherall to go down that left hand side and just hit the floor, because he knew if he took that line on any further there was a danger of him being put over the touchline. Comes into the hands then of Ben Pearce, and Pearce hits up on contact. Then finds Kieran Walker. Walker then pops it up to Kellett. Kellett then going to look and try and break through the line now as well. There's gaps all over the place for Whitehaven. They're trying to exploit here. The defensive. Stupid from Jack Kellett. Stupid. And that's what I'll just. I think that. Oh, what? I just heard it all behind me. I was looking about in the penalty on. What did I miss anything there?
Yeah, I think he just threw the ball in the lad's face. So I don't think Newts will be happy with that. Giving away penalties in possession. You don't really want to be doing that.
No, absolutely not. Yeah, it's just a bit silly, isn't it? You know what I mean? You're 70 points up. You don't need to get in. You don't need to get involved. They're doing exactly what you're doing exactly what they want you to do. They want the ball back to North Wales. They want an opportunity to try and not have to defend, which they've done an awful lot of in the last sort of quarter of an hour or so of this contest. And Ben Fisher will bang the ball into touch. And keeps going, and we've now got 2 balls after waiting ages for one. It's always the case.
I don't think they're in much of a rush to start this back
they're not. I mean, to be fair, the winger on that side, Joseph Bradley, was actually telling the ball boy to slow down. So that tells you everything. They're just waiting for that final hoot that it seems. Takes it on himself, does Bailey Dawson. Dawson taken down. Comes left then, into the hands then of the interchange McDellicott. He's gone through a lot of work since he's come onto the field early in the first half. I don't think he's been back off again since. Comes left then into the hands of Brad Bilsborough. Round across the line, it's into the hands of the other centre, Sam Littler. Littler's going to be taken down. Yet again, testing Whitehaven's defence out here. And just knocked on there by Ben Pearce. He sensed the interception, did Ben Pearce, as he hasn't been called offside. He's just given a knock on. So he would have been away, Ben Pearce, looking for what would have been his first professional hat-trick. But it's going to be scrum down, head and feed to the Crusaders. Lewis Brown getting ready to come on for the final 8 minutes or so as we make it here at the Recreation Ground. BBC Radio Cumbria Sports Online on this Sunday afternoon. Currently Haven 70, North Wales 12. It's going to be scrum down, head and feed to the Welsh outfit, 10 metres out. Going to come down this left hand side, then comes across to Littler. Littler is going to be like to keep hold of the ball himself. Whitehaven's defence stayed strong there. No one sort of dived out and given an opportunity of a gap, and continues now to Will McCardle, we think it is, but it's into the hands of Jamie Bilsborough. Bilsborough's going to be taken down. It's going to be a high tackle, is it? Caught him round the face. 11 penalties Whitehaven have conceded, 7 of them in this second half. Yeah, Whitehaven's had 6 overall.
Just wrong-footed there when he stepped back off his left and caught Ellison.
So it's just caught it round the chops there, did Jamie Bilsborough. Physio's out there with him. And we'll take an opportunity if there's any scores, any updates, anything else going on in the world of rugby league that we need to know about this afternoon. Let's have a quick look. Bradford 12, Leigh 30. Batley 20, Halifax 18. Hunslet 22, Salford 6. Keighley 0, Newcastle 74. Oldham 22, Workington 24. They've turned it round with Jonty Gawley's side. They were 22.6 down at the break. Second half tries from Rio Corkill, Braden Lee and Tice Walmsley. That might be his first professional try for Tice. Obviously you know him well from he's back up at Kells with Jane O'Kirky as well on dual registration.
Yeah, I think it is. He's bided his time, he's waited for his chance, and he's by the looks of it took it well. So
Whitehaven lad as well. He's Tice Walmsley. There's a couple of pictures popped up on my social media recently, and he was over there in a Whitehaven shirt. Was Tice Walmsley, but he's in the blue and white at Workington this afternoon and seems to have got over. So congratulations to him for his first professional try. Widnes 52, Rochdale 0. We're back underway here into the final 7 minutes as we make it. Taken down, so that'll be first tackle. Bilsborough goes right into the hands of Moran, finds Fisher. Great work there from Ethan Biggerdike. He jumped out to the line, but he knew he had to hit the man if he was going to do that, and he did so. Jamie Bilsborough goes into the hands then of the fullback Billy, and Billy's just going to be hauled down short of the line. Goes right, hits the floor. It's into the hands of Bailey Dawson, gets the offload away. Decent offload in the hands of Joseph Bradley. Big hit then comes in from, and then that's going to be a penalty now for Whitehaven, because then they've pushed the man off the ball and everyone's going to go in. Lucas Seals just went and bravely, just went and dived in front of everyone and said, do not do what you think you're going to do. and it is going to be a penalty for Whitehaven. An opportunity then for the clear the lines and try and get some more points on the board.
Yeah, it was. I think it was Bickerdike again that put that tackle on there, so he made a real good read. First off, went in and closed the play down, and then put a good shot on there that's got a reaction, and again, Whitehaven the penalty.
Clock stopped by referee Lucas Seal. Ben Fisher just needing some sort of treatment for cramp. It seems he struggled in his last, his last play of the ball there. Did Ben Fisher? So just under 6 minutes left as we make it. Obviously, we haven't been able to keep too much of an eye on that. Oh, this is interesting. Whitehaven haven't got a hooker out there. Alison Hallgate's being withdrawn. Lewis Brown gone on to replace him. Who is going into 9? Do it could be Jack Kellett, Or Kellett at half maybe, and maybe stick Kieran Walker or Jack Newbegin in at 9. Well, we'll keep an eye on that one.
Looks like it's going to be Jack Kellett.
Looks like.
That's would be the obvious
change.
Yeah.
So it looks like Kellett's diving in at 9. Alison Hallgate being withdrawn, giving him a few minutes rest. 6 again, Whitehaven's got there. Lewis Brown's the man to fetch it forward here. So Brown brought down just short of the halfway line. Kellett does lie in wait at dummy half. It's slow. It's so slow. It's unbelievable. Comes across now in the hands of Brad Brennan. Brennan's just got to take the line on because North Wales have had a day and a half to set their defensive line.
And again, just going back in there.
So low. So slow. McQuiston goes left into the hands now of Walker. Over the top then in hands of Ethan Bickerdike. Bickerdike then looks to take the line on, break down that left hand side edge. Gets the ball away in the hands of Jay Weatherall. Weatherall put the kick forward and it's a chase on for Jay Weatherall to get there to get his 4th of the afternoon. He collects it and puts the ball down in that left hand side corner. There's Jay Weatherall. These last 3 tries from Whitehaven have all come from Jay Weatherall. Little kick in there from the Whitehaven winger just to take the line on, and Harry McDellicott, who's done a lot of defence, wasn't fast enough to be able to get back there. It's his 4th of the afternoon for Jay Weatherall.
Yeah, again, they're causing problems down that left hand side. It seems to be the go-to strike side for Whitehaven, and you get Bickerdike, great offload in contact round the man, put Weatherall away, and again real good to execute the kick and follow it up and score the try.
Yeah, fantastic work from Ethan Bickerdike with the offload initially, and then Jay Weatherall just putting the ball forward, kicking it forward, and Kieran Walker will have an opportunity to add on the extras to try and get Whitehaven to the 80-point mark. 13 tries have scored of Whitehaven. So if you can add on the extras on, okay, no, 70, hold on, yeah, no, sorry, I've messed up. That was 70, then this is 74 now. Yeah, sorry, no, it's be 76. This, if you can tag on the extras. I'm sitting there going 13 tries. No, that's not 80. It's because I've got about 6 sheets of paper trying to go over who scored what and everything so far this afternoon. Kieran Walker comes forward with it now. Touchline.
Just across
the post. So, to be fair, I mean, it was 13, 13 from 13 going into 11 from 13, 24 from 26. It's not a bad kicking percentage. You'll take that. You'll take that in 3 games.
Definitely.
Absolutely will take that. It is 74 points to 12 here at the Recreation Ground. BBC Radio, Cumbria Sport Online, and North Wales look like they'd rather be anywhere else than on the Recreation Ground pitch, as they are slower than slow to come forward. We are in the final 5 minutes, so the clock should have stopped, so I'll stop mine. Whether it did or not's a completely different matter, but referee Lucas Seal blows the whistle. Kick-off comes in now. Jack Newbegin collects. Exactly what you want after 78 minutes of rugby league. Is Brad Brennan running at you, and he's nearly broke through there, did Brad Brennan. And that's going to be a penalty. Brad Bills has eventually been penalised for the second attempt. He's only done it for the last 78 minutes. Jack Newbegin will put the ball into touch, coming towards us, and all will hit the grandstand roof. Eccleston will collect, gets inside then to Mitchell Todd. Todd will take the tap, then find Jack Newbegin. Out the back then to Rio McQuiston. McQuiston trying to spin his way out of the tackle, nearly did Rio McQuiston. Stopped just short of halfway, goes left then into the hands of Brad Brennan, and Brennan will keep his legs pumping. He finds his front. As Brennan thought Connor Teddle despised, looks to have a nap on him, goes left then into the hands of Kieran Walker, pops up into the hands of Ben Pearce, and Pearce, he's searching for his hat-trick as well. He's Ben Pearce. Stopped his Pearce, 25-ish metres out from the North Wales line. Lewis Brown searching for his first try back in a Whitehaven shirt. Held up. 18 metres out, comes right then into the hands of Jack Newbegin. Now finds Jordan Burns. Burns then looking to get away from the defence. The Whitehaven captain's brought down. It is the 5 and last, 5 metres out. 6 or 7 metres in from this grandstand touchline. Newbeggin's in there at dummy half. Will go left into the hands of Kellett. Looking to go across the line into the hands of Kieran Walker. Walker then get a goal. Don't think Ben Pearce was expecting that. Otherwise he would have been in for a walk-in to get his first professional hat-trick. Well, Ben Pearce always expect the unexpected, especially when the ball's coming from a half-back. And Whitehaven bombed that opportunity, and it will be North Wales to play the ball 10 metres from their own line.
He done his own second row there, didn't he? Disguised the pass that well. Went to the line, double pumped, and I think Ben Pearce was just expecting to go behind him. He was clean through, untouched. Well,
there was options everywhere, and he just, whichever one Kieran Walker picked would have probably been the right one if the Whitehaven man could collect it, which they couldn't do on that occasion. I make it into the final 70 seconds as Crusaders continue to fetch this ball forward. Billsborough's in line in weight at dummy half, goes into the middle then with Kieran Moran. Moran then is going to be wrapped up. Whitehaven's defensive efforts haven't waned as we head into the final minutes. Goes back, potentially searching for a 40-20 here. They can get it over the head of Dave Eccleston. It's not going to get the angle on it that they want or the distance, so it is going to be a scrum down heading feet to Whitehaven. 38 metres away from the Whitehaven line, and this will be their final opportunity. I make it 30 seconds to go. Well, of course, it's just to play the ball these days. Well, no, it's got a stoppage, it seems. So I'll just see if I can get the attention of Gareth Ewan, work out how long's left. Gareth! How long? 2.5. I've missed something somewhere, haven't I? Jesus, 2.5 left. Oh, right, so that's when I'm going to have to. So hold on, if I do.
Plenty of time.
It's plenty of time. Plenty of time for Whitehaven. 2.5 left. Who is it? Kieran Moran that just needed some treatment for cramp. It's a warm afternoon out there as well. The wind's died down a bit, so not as much as a breeze to cool both sets of players out there. Into the hands now of Rio McQuiston. So a good minute or two left here for Whitehaven. Try and get some more points on the board. Into the hands of Brad Brennan. Into the hands of Ben Pearce. Nearly broken through the line again there, did Ben Pearce. They finally realise you need to get some bodies on him. Kellett dives out to dummy half and nearly through the line there himself. There was Jack Kellett. There wasn't too many in support if he did get his arm free. Newbegin goes left in hands of Walker. Then over the top to Ethan Biggerdike looking to go down in that left hand side corner. And that will be his second of the afternoon as well. He's going to fetch it around as well and put the ball down as Ethan Biggerdike. I think that's his second of the afternoon. He's sure he scored at some point. Ethan Biggerdike, no, it's his first because he was the one that scored when it was reeled out earlier on. So that's his first of the afternoon. It's Whitehaven's 14th. And it is Whitehaven 78, North Wales 12, around about 90 seconds to go here at the recreation ground.
Yeah, again, Jack Kellett done really well, went from 9, got his north through the line, got a quick play of the ball, Newbegin got in, went left, chose the right side, and again, Biggerdike just a bit of footwork and through. I think they're about shot out to North Wales now. They've got people playing out of position and they just look about finished.
They want that bus. They do want that bus to North Wales. Whitehaven want to hit the 80-point mark. They'll have an opportunity through Kieran Walker. Helped his half-back out to Ethan Biggerdike, fetching the ball around close to the sticks. Haven do it, 80 points. Kieran Walker tags on his 12th conversion of the afternoon, which means it's Whitehaven 80, North Wales Crusaders 12. BBC Radio Cumbria Sports Online. Haven have scored 14 tries, 12 of them converted by Kieran Walker, and it might not have been the performance at times that James Newt would have wanted this afternoon, but to rack up 80 points against any side, Stephen Kirkbride is some very good going.
Yeah, we'll take that. I think Newts will be very pleased with the second half, the way they come out and they approach it. They defended the goal line at times really well, which you will do when you're fresh, but they've executed really well as well. When the chances have came, they've taken them, so I think they'll be really happy with that. I think it's been a real professional performance from Whitehaven, because it could have been quite easy to get into the dogfight and very scrappy, but they got away from that.
Look, they kicked the ball up in the air there, did North Wales. Ben Pearce collected it and then nearly through the line again once more. Oh, there we go, there's a penalty. James Newton still wanting some more points on the board. It's Whitehaven's 8th penalty of the afternoon. There's been 20 penalties overall. It's a penalty every 4 minutes. Just been one of them days, hasn't it? It really has been one of them days. Whitehaven have kicked the ball up the field. They're going to start 30 metres out. They know there's an opportunity here for them to get more points on the board. Comes right then into the hands of Walker from the tap there, right across the line. Into the hands of Brad Brennan. Brennan's then going to break through. Gets it to his right. He bounces, hits the floor. Into the hands of a North Wales man. They're going to break down the field. Mitchell Todd's going to be on the back, on the chase back. Lewis Brown has helped him as well on the chase back as well. And there is the hooter here at the recreation ground. It's finished. Whitehaven 80, North Wales Crusaders 12. Well, it's been an afternoon of high points here at the recreation ground this afternoon. 16 tries altogether. Brad Brennan must be on night shift. He's right off the field and going in for the shower. Whitehaven scored 14, but the first try was scored by Ben Fisher of the North Wales side. The poor kick coming from him in just the 4th minute, but it was collected by Bailey Tate. He put the kick through, ricocheted then off some players, and Fisher was the fastest to react to put the ball down. And then Whitehaven then started to hit back. Jordan Burns, Jay Weatherall, Jack Kellett and Kieran Walker with 4 tries in 12 minutes to take it up to 22 points to 6. And then a second try from Jordan Burns. That wonder pass from Kieran Walker initially started with a decent-ish offload as well from Ethan Bickerdike. Walker added there 28 points to 6. Crusaders hit back through Bad Brillsborough as he escaped the clutches of Jordan Burns around the half-hour mark. That was 28 points to 12, and then Jordan Burns completed his hat-trick just before the half-time break to take it to a half-time score of 34 points to 12. Ben Pearce struck early in the second half with his first try of the afternoon. Broke through the middle and then was able to get over there was Ben Pearce. Walker added the extras to 40 points to 12, and then there was the sending off. Stephen Bickerdike had brought down the left hand side, but the referee had brought it back after giving the try, may I add. Brought it back, and both Ellis Nixon and Harry Coleman were showing red cards for fighting. A couple of minutes later, North Wales were down to 11, following Bailey Dawson being sin-bin for taking Jay Weatherall out off the ball. And then there was tries from Ellison Holgate, Kieran Walker and Ben Pearce. Jay Weatherall also got his first, while the Crusaders were down to 11. Walker adding all of them conversions to take it 64 points to 12. Weatherall then running in his third and his fourth. Kieran Walker not able to tag the extras on that last one, and then just before the full-time hooter, Ethan Bickerdike using them pace down the left-hand side edge, hitting the 80-point mark following the conversion of Kieran Walker. 14 tries, 12 of them converted. North Wales 80. Whitehaven 80, North Wales Crusaders 12. Your thoughts on that, Stephen Kirkbride?